the time being on Schalke. Now, there's a setup here. Everton is available. Moonlight Vigil can lock down Neon and Limits if wanted. Larsen's going to be able to pick up the kill. There will be some reply back here from Schalke as Broken Blade's going to look for something, but the Chrome Storm prevents the engage. Now the chase forward is Inspired, manages to leap over the wall, get himself yet another. That's the 8th kill in favor of Rogue, and they are everywhere.
Observers, if we get a replay, could you please show us what Inspired saw? Because I don't think he actually had vision on Broken Blade when he made that ult, but there must have been some way in which he read the play and could see what Broken Blade was up to. But I'm really curious as to how he did that, because that was such a good ult from Inspired to catch Broken Blade out of position and Rogue get themselves even more kills.
They pull their gold lead even further. Deathless for Inspired, as well as Larsen and Hansama.
So this is where things start off. We're having a look at Rogue's vision initially, and we're going to have a look back. So the ping comes through. Right now, I don't think he sees Broken Blade, but where's he going to spot him out? Oh, so he does have...
We're on Rogue vision there, so he's just watching him walk past.
He is just watching him walk past there. Yeah, oh, of course, that ward is just sitting in that brush right there. So he did watch him walk past. I thought it was super big brain from Inspired, but in fact, it was actually just very obvious. So he was able to get himself an easy pick, and they walk away with more kills. Now, they're looking for another fight in the top lane.
They are indeed. Limits level 8 versus 11, 12, 11. Before you even add in all the items, the second Rift Herald is summoned. It's pushed onto the inner turret. This is the 4th of the game. While that's going on, Broken Blade is trying to push the bottom lane. Rogue will pick themselves up another tower in the middle lane. Fedis, you asked a question earlier, how quick will Rogue finish? Well, they're trying to set a record. 18 minutes, they're already knocking on the inhibitor turrets.
Yep, 8K is the gold lead. Rogue is absolutely dominating their opposition in this match. An impressive way to do it. I love watching Inspired's Fiddlesticks. Very clean game from him so far, but in all the right places at the right time. He has more farm than Odoamne does.
Very. Okay, tell me, do you know what the quickest win time in summer is?
Is it 22 minutes, 39 seconds?
Oh, so close. 22 minutes, 56 seconds.
I was 17 seconds off.
So 22.50, let's call it 22.50. That's the benchmark here. I know I'm a little optimistic because Rogue, not always the team that will pull, I'm going to call it the misfits, you know, the push into the base. It's a bit over-eager, maybe not well-timed. But when you see how many tower dives that Inspired has had with that Crow Storm, I feel like this will be the time that Rogue want to push forward. Right now, Schalke...
Are you going to make a medic Crow Storm call?
I don't think I can. I don't think I can. When something like that happens that's so pure and magical, I know I won't live up to the expectations, right?
Okay.
I did a
But you could do your own version. That's what I'm saying, Trev. This is your opportunity. You could go like, caw, you know, your own metal version of it, maybe.
Okay, I'll try a metal version of it. If we can see it
Oh, wow, you just bought in. All right,
yeah,
I respect that.
Listen, this is a yes and space, all right? I'm going to back you up. But I mean, Schalke, they tried to play the map game. They got themselves a couple towers. But ultimately, it's just more space for Rogue to work with. 20 seconds to Baron. They've got a bunch of wards set up, pinging inside the base of Schalke. Do you fancy they just make a play straight for Baron?
I think they could consider it. The problem is if they do just flip a Baron, they also could just lose. So they do require some setup. So I wouldn't be... I should say that I expect them to do the proper steps. You know, get mid, push out sides, clear out vision. They don't have much control in their half of the jungle right now, so the risk of a TP flank is real. But as we're seeing right now, push into mid, move into river, then use your control of the river to set up some initial vision around the Drake. Look for a pick, get a pick, ideally the enemy jungler, and then you convert that into the Baron, which they can start right now if they want to. Yep, that is Hansama getting a kill onto Kire.
Damn it! Inspired denied me the core metal version at 22.56, Vedi. 22.56. That is the chase. Now, do they push straight in? What are the waves looking like? Down in the bottom lane, Broken Blade.
30 seconds until minions spawn. Minions have spawned.
See, that's just shit to go, just to get a focus.
First blood. An enemy has been slain. Killing spree. You have been slain. An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Your team has destroyed a turret.
Yeah.
Your team has destroyed a turret. Unstoppable. Turret rating will soon fall. Your team has destroyed a turret. Your team has destroyed a turret.
One all day, babe. Easy peasy. You got a really good team now. It's kind of unfair.
Shut down. Your team has destroyed a turret.
Omar, what's up, bro? How you doing? I know, right? I'm just chilling. Just hanging out at the house. How's your job doing? Nice.
Your team has destroyed a turret. An enemy has been slain.
The one that was in downtown? I think I was moving up there a couple of times.
An enemy
Like,
has been
by
slain.
the Latino, like, RU, whatever they do.
An enemy has been slain. Double kill.
Oh, okay. When is it?
Your turret has been destroyed. Your team has destroyed a turret.
Look down for Marty.
You have been slain. Rampage.
Okay.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor. Godlike. An ally has been slain.
Like, right way. have to, or they just pick for us, or where we're gonna go. I think it sounds a little too involved for me.
Your team has destroyed a turret. An enemy has been slain. Your team has destroyed an inhibitor. Your team has destroyed a turret. Unstoppable. Double kill. Your team has destroyed a turret. Godlike. Victory!
Yeah, I'll check it out. I'll see if it's something I'm kind of into. The way you're kind of describing it is kind of like, it's like too much stuff for me to pay to go to like do something like that. You know, it's like I don't like the Korean, what is it, like Mana, where you're cooking your own food, because I'm like, why the fuck am I paying so much money to cook my own food? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I got you. All right. Yeah, I'll check it out. See what's up. Mostly just chilling. Honestly, don't have any particular plans. Like you bought? I know you were talking about it. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm down. Let me know what time and where. Okay, cool. I should be down. Yeah. Yeah, we'll figure out. All right, sounds good, bro. All right, we'll talk later. Take care. Bye. Mm.
They need 7 more wins of, I believe, 8 remaining games.
5.
Maybe even
Is
less
that
than
2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games?
No, they have 8 remaining games.
Oh, they're playing this one, yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
two today, 2 next week. And 3.
So
Why are we doing math? We should have
they
planned
need-
this. We should have planned
My point is, right, that getting to playoffs for them
Yes.
is a run of sorts that we will not name. But it's going to be extremely difficult. And I think that when you're kind of at death's door, I agree with what the analysts are saying. Just flip it. Just stop caring, you know what I mean? Just kind of like, what have you got to lose at this point? You may as well just just do whatever you can to at the very least try and get some wins on the board.
But it's so important to recognize if they do, if SK decide to flip it and throw some unique approaches or do something unexpected, they could be heartbreakers for everyone else near the top of the table. Mad Lions, of course, they come in today, the 7 wins, 4 losses. Last weekend was the first time that they went 2-0 throughout summer, and they are ramping up as we head towards playoffs. And in a game where you have, let's say, third statistically or third on the standings, but definitely one of the best teams here in Europe in summer, you actually expect them to have a strong performance against SK.
Yep. Yes, I do.
It's better now, but yes, 3 for 3 on ban.
Didn't you watch the Flexia segment where he was talking about flex explosions?
Yeah, but I'm trying not to listen that closely because he doesn't sound that smart all the time.
I mean, clearly he's very smart.
Let me rephrase this.
Look at how smart he is.
Ziggs this level of ban worthy?
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Well, I think it's just a number of changes. He got buffed a little bit, and then also
The champion put
mage
outside the map.
items.
Yeah.
Mage items were made cheaper, and his siege is like really OP because he just destroys towers. He's really safe in lane. He just kind of does everything. He's also a flex pick. Again, flex explosions, the whole thing. So, yeah, he's good.
Lexus is overrated as far as I'm concerned. Gwen and Viego are not. Both are still open. Both are available for selection. Thresh Engine's out. Diana, Ziggs, Viego, Gwen, the last one standing. The last time these two teams played, Alyoya played Rumble. Mad Lions destroyed SK in 31 minutes. And Alyoya's Rumble.
The joke's on you!
They lived inside SK's jungle in particular. Treats had a difficult time. One of his earlier games on stage. There's Gwen in the ban pool.
So, Lucian is a big pick that is up and available right now. We've seen a lot of Aphelios priority, but I don't think it's going to be first pick. Lee Sin is also up and available, which is something that Treats has been going to a lot recently. Janak's actually going to first pick Mundo. That is...
Sorry, that was a little too real. But I actually said to Vedius coming into today, I just find comms built with a Mundo in them so boring to watch. And it's first pick, but, okay, hold on. We wanted a surprise, right?
Let's light it up.
This is just Mundo. I don't think Mundo really does a lot. I think that Mundo is like very safe in lane. I think that it can scale really well. I think it can do pretty well in the side lane. But like in terms of teamfight value, I've seen him be ignored more than I've seen him have impact. So personally, I'm still hesitant to be bought into the Mundo. I think it can make sense into certain comps, but you first picked it. So unless they have some creative plan with this Mundo, perhaps it's Mundo jungle, maybe it is Mundo support. There were some buffs to Mundo jungle, I believe, on 11.5 that made his jungle clear a little bit better. Yeah, maybe there's something that we don't know yet, but we'll have to wait and see. In any case, Mad Lions have picked themselves aggression. Kalista, Lee Sin, that should get you the game going.
I'll hold my breath to see where this Mundo and SK comp go. Huge shout out to SK Mad Lions playing with the Scion Hovers. And that Kalista, been banned 2 games this time around, will land into Kazi's hands. Kazi's currently the Kalista player in Europe that, when I think of Kalista, I think of him more than a lot of bot laners.
Really?
I just remember.
Over Hans?
I really do. And I also just remember the performance they had against G2. And now we'll see what's going to get paired with him. It's going to be a Tristana Leona on the other side. Alistair is available. Thresh is in the ban pool.
It's probably Morless, but I think he should be Alistair. That's my opinion.
He's going to be going for Soul Laner instead. So Humanoid will lock in his LeBlanc. That will be the first time that we've seen that in summer for him.
So, very strong mid-jungle combo from Humanoid and Elyoya. There are very few things that can stop a LeBlanc, I believe, on the current patch. There are definitely a couple things, depending on how skilled you are as an individual, but we'll have to wait and see whether or not Blue has anything in his back pocket. For now, in terms of early aggression, Mad Lions is all about that. SK have a little bit more of a scaling teamfight comp with what they've got 2 very powerful frontliners in Leona and Mundo, with Tristana being a long-range hyper carry that can be a lane that you look to play through, and is also a pretty solid matchup into the Kalista, depending on what support gets paired up with it.
What would need to happen for you to see the Mundo either jungle or top? Like, can you reveal that now?
I would need a top laner to be locked in, Trevor, and then that would... Okay.
Somebody's playful today. Okay. Well, let's wait to see what SK lock in as Twist of Fate and Braum are removed from the pool. That Lucian, an unpicked, unbanned thus far. Obviously not high priority now, just highlighting it. And SK can remove at least one more support, which is about Alistair or Nautilus being one of them. Actually, that Lucian will be banned out.
Yeah, I think Lucian is one of the few that can go toe-to-toe with LeBlanc, mainly because while LeBlanc does have strong burst in lane and a very powerful rotation, Lucian can deal damage with his auto attack. So in the cooldown windows, Lucian can be hyper aggressive and LeBlanc has to be a lot more respectful. So good ban. With the Braum removed and the Wukong also taken off the board, I like Alistair. I think Alistair's really good into Leona. I also think that it's good engagement. Maybe they don't think Alistair's great into Tristana. I wonder if he's just going to go for Nautilus instead. Do you think that Leona's pretty good in Nautilus?
We're going to find out. I mean, Kaiser's champion pool this summer, he's played 6 games with Leona and then 1 for Braum, Karma, Galio, Nautilus, Alistair, and it will be the Nautilus locked in. His second time played, lost his first time around. And now I get to have the question answered of what top laner or jungler is secured here for SK. And what they're actually planning or trying to do with this Mundo. Because much like Vedius, and much why I had a really, really honest sigh earlier on, I do tend to feel that Mundos just get ignored, the rest of the team gets killed, and then he's the last one standing.
That's not a top laner, by the way.
No, those mids, Jason Silbong, thanks for...
They need AP right now. They need AP. But if they do need AP, then I wouldn't be surprised to see something like
Lilia in the jungle.
Rise is kind of speaking to me right now.
Ooh, let's see. What direction do they go?
Syndra, also good, yeah.
Okay.
So there you go, Mundo Jungle. Syndra
Minions
mid,
have
Jace
spawned.
top, Mundo Jungle. That explains the first pick, because they wanted to lock in their jungle early. I have never seen a new Mundo Jungle. So this will be learning for me, because I honestly don't know how strong he is or really how he functions. I imagine that his clear speed is still very fast. And again, he did receive some buffs on this patch to his jungle clear. I believe he does a little bit more damage to monsters. Let me check what skill set it was his E. His E now does more bonus damage to monsters, so his clear speed is that much faster. Okay, cool. So yeah, SK Gaming's comp is... well, I really like their initial core of the Mundo, Tristana, and Leona, because it kind of had that strong front line, reliable back line. I understand why they picked Syndra. Does have single, really strong burst damage, and I think against the Kalista, it's actually pretty prevalent. Your E can actually be very good against champions like Lee Sin, LeBlanc, and Kalista, and the amount of burst potential that you have onto a Kalista is very real as well. Jace is the slightly weird one where it fits into this composition. Of course, Jace is still just generally a very strong top side of the map. Yeah, I think that their comp is a little bit more on the scaling side. They're a little bit more about team fighting later on, whereas Man is all about early game. They want to try and use their very strong mid jungle. They have put the Lee Sin top lane, but even Volley is still very powerful. And I imagine they're going to use that mid fire to play towards the wall, try and get cards to your head, and look to snowball this game. So it's very much about, can SK weather the storm? Can they get to the late game fights? Can they hold on? Or will Man simply take over the game?
Can Mundo actually have a sprint? We'll find out. Almost first game on Lee Sin this summer. With the third one for Alioya. SK taking on the Mad Lions.
Jump out. First pick from SK. You're expecting to go into jungle, and how does this champion work actually?
Yeah, I mean, we were pretty sure that it was going to go jungle when they first picked it. We've seen some Mundo flex this week, so it wasn't exactly a big surprise. It's a champ that requires a lot of like priority and CC from his lanes, right? Because obviously he has no setup himself, and he works better against teams with like unlimited CC, I would say. I think SK has done a pretty decent job of pairing him up with the Syndra, pairing him up with the Leona to make sure that he has CC and engage. At the moment, I'll be honest, I'm not 100% sure how strong the champion is, so I guess we'll see.
Well, let's find out. Back to the
Sometimes I get self-conscious about things that like, oh, oh man, I don't know this, and it was a caster collection, talked to a pro player, and I'll never forget. I've asked so many pro players I've seen chat, it's like, wait, that's a thing? And it always makes me laugh. Yeah, so, Mundo, jungle, it's going to be a learning experience for everyone here on the Rift today, especially me and Mac. I loved his point about strong setting. It's a really valid point for themselves, they are reliant on setup. Which suggests to me that Treat is not looking for really any top lane ganks because Genex doesn't really have a lot of setup, and that also suggests that in pathing will be starting towards top side, pathing towards bot, and that gives him options to play through mid or bot lane, as Eljoya is the opposite on his side of the jungle.
If you add in a little bit more, like if you look outside the western side of the airplane, you'll be able to see this, this, and this. You have that code on your delivery.
Well, when you have Business Mundo on the field, it's important to replicate. I've gone far too, I don't even know what this is.
I'm not sure either, but it was a good attempt. I quite like that. When Mundo actually starts putting down his ultimate and fighting, I'd like him to take over the play-by-play. Kaiser and Kazi shoving his way forward. He'll pick up level 2 very early on. Dredge line will fall back onto Jehu. Tower shot traded onto Kaizen, coming a little worse for wear.
He messed up the combo there. Kazi didn't proc the range on Jehu, but he also didn't kill the minion either. So,
Washed up.
no point for Kazi. Extremely upset every time I do it.
I mean, I don't blame her. It's an awful act.
People say that, but I studied French for a really long time.
It doesn't show. Man, like, continue to put pressure down. And I'm going to go back to what Mac was saying as well. We don't know how strong this Mundo is, and I am interested to see how it works. I'm a little more excited that it's paired with this Jace and this Syndra. It's very fun to clear it out, but again, the pressure's here on
An ally has been slain.
So Syndra actually got the early prio in this one minute, so that is usually what you expect. Jungle is now in bot lane. CC lands.
There's a rocket jump forward. Kaiser gets the boot down. Kazi trying to use that martial poise to best effect. Eljoya is coming in from the river. That's a defensive flash as well as the Spider-Man pull. Treats gets first blood. Well done, Dr. Mundo. Teleport will challenge his feet. Yes, that's armor. He's pretty fast away. Alpha's coming in from that. Kazi's going to get taken down. It's a double kill to Mundo. Now it's turned around as Armor manages to get one back. More teleports. Completes 2-1 SK.
Everyone is bot lane. All of the TPs were used, and SK actually commanded in the early game. As you rightly said, well played, Mundo. Treats really stuck onto Kazi, made sure that the re-engage was not as successful as Man wanted it to be. And they end up drawing the first blood. So, ultimately here, the Volibear is not in a position to cover for the lane. It is very pushed up. Man couldn't get this wave underneath the tower, so they get engaged on. Early sums used from Kazi, but then at this point, Man's saying, hey, SK is overcommitted, and Treats the imperfect flash. But Lilip gets in the way of Armor, prevents them from collapsing, and Eljoya and Armor, I think, make a mistake not collapsing onto Kazi, because if he gets that rend off, that's easy kill onto Treats, but because he gets left alone in the 1v1, remember he had 2 levels over Kazi, it ends up allowing him to secure another kill. So, a bit of a blunder there for Mad as SK get out to a new.
You get the feeling that many people on the bottom lane weren't quite sure how much damage they were doing. 2-1 into Treats in this bottom lane. Teleport will cross the way. Summoners as well. I think the big flash of there is 2. It was a very interesting start. It's a small advantage. Honestly, I'll check it out a little bit. This is a good place.
You know, it's interesting. So I have this thing that I used to call the Victor effect, right? Okay. So when Victor was first released, a lot of people didn't like it. And they didn't understand what he did. The current Victor, for the record, is not what old Victor used to be, right? He used to have this weird passive where you bought an item and it changed your abilities, whatever, right? So what I would do is when I played Victor, people were confused and didn't understand
An
what
ally has been slain.
actually works. And
An
we've even
enemy
heard
has been
comms
slain.
pros saying, what does this champ do? How am I supposed to play against this? And I'm not saying that that's what the comms were, but that could have very well been a situation
It's
where
a theory.
Eljoya and Armor were like, hey, Kazi's got that. I don't need to go and help him.
Yeah.
And then they realize,
See how
oh
many
wait,
red
no,
stacks
yeah,
he had?
exactly.
Did not have that.
So yeah, it's a fun. I used to call that the Victor effect, but I should probably find a new name for it now.
I think it would be a bit like the theory's really good, but I think you can make a little condescending in a favor. The ignorance effect, the unawareness. I'm not sure.
I mean, I think the Gwen effect is good, where you think you win and then you don't.
That works too. Well, Lilith step forward, get caught up by the dredge line. Support is here from Treats. Checks out his fancy briefcase and steps away. Really enough to dissuade the re-engage. Now Lilith, a little bit of a differentiator over the as well as SK. I think every game I've seen him play, he's very bold. he's very willing to jump into places. This time it didn't pay off or get punished, but definitely a man to keep an eye on as this game plays out. And Humanoid, we've not seen Humanoid Blue other than a TP, just farming as you would expect. Both in level 6, so burst damage is now available.
Very slight CS lead right now, but it's not going to mean a lot at the moment. Blue plays out this way. They're trying to set up a freeze, but really bad fit. Because the wave was just a little too low. He needs to thin it out a little bit more. He really wants to set up a good freeze. Holding him now, it's hard for him to rotate around. There's an opportunity for Limit. The lip hasn't been spotted yet.
Very, very cheeky. Scout of the week doesn't find the stun, but the Zenith blade just might. Flash is available, predicts it! Lilip, you beauty, Treats gets the kill. Will be a dragon secured for the Mad Lions, but very nice.
Yeah, very nicely done from Lilith. He did predict the flash, and they're able to get a big kill onto Humanoid. Now they're looking to answer back. Hook lands.
Edge line will be a dead blue. She hop, skip, and a jump. That just feels bad. That animation is so
Nautilus again.
so broad.
It's like, you curve the ball. It's Nautilus mechanic.
I like that, yeah. Angelina Jolie here, Kaiser, chucking out those great shots.
Bends the anchor.
Those mid the angle. His kill secured by Artie's Callista. Very valuable for Mad Lion. He'll be able to pick up at least one point before he clears out the ward. It's still advantage here to SK. Again, I want to commend the fact that they were the ones that weren't able to jump on and punish Humanoid in the mid lane. It's Treats that's a recipient of all of the gold so far. Early games.
Do you remember last week?
An ally has been slain.
Yes.
Remember in that one fight where he got a quad kill?
Yeah. I do. Shelter on the wall.
So when you sit down and say, look, 3-0 Mundo, yeah, I'll believe that is good when I see it.
Okay,
But,
Ever the pessimist.
yeah.
I mean, to be fair, we both were starting this one out, right?
It's just one of those things where, like, a Fed tank, I think I'd rather have my Tristana be 3-0 rather than the Mundo.
Yeah.
But, I'm not going to count the chickens before they've hatched. As,
Drop a book on its head. Is that the other
I wish I knew
intro?
more Norwegian sayings from Evan.
We'll see whether or not SK can put some more butter on the fat with additional kills. They've still got 1,000 gold out.
Ally has been slain.
But the reason I do think it is very important here for SK, the only 2 wins they've picked up happened in the last couple of weeks, but the likelihood of playoffs is very, very slim.
And you were right, by the way. They have 7.
No, they won't.
I know, I have commanders on my squad. But that means that this game is so much more important, because the is the minimum.
An enemy has been slain.
Qualify on. So if you can't get 9, then, 9 is even a rough.
That's rough,
You know what I mean? 9 isn't even guaranteed. Just usually, if you have 9, you generally make the playoffs. But yeah, it's a very difficult road, and SK need to find a win here. They're in a great spot right now. The Mundo is in a very powerful position, has completed his first major item, which will be the Frostfire moment, keeping pace with Elgoya in terms of farm. And overall, SK is continuing to scale. Remember what we said in terms of win cons? Man want to try and dominate the early game. They have a very powerful mid-jungle 2 versus 2. They have a bot lane that they want to try and snowball through. They have a solid, reliable top half of the map they don't need to invest many resources in. Pretty strong front line that the Tristana can play around. The Syndra is going to make it difficult for champions like LeBlanc to be able to dive in. And then from the side lane, she's going to be itemized magic resistance.
Dun, 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 dun.
It's going to be difficult as the re-engage comes out.
Dun, dun, Kaiser's in trouble. No, Lilip is in trouble. Forced to flash away to safety. Kaiser down to half HP. Jesu's making his way forward. Blue flashes out. Scaling. Not going to use just yet. That's a double stun. Thanks to Minion as well. Nobody dead just yet. Solar Flame not going to be enough. Gazi skipped with his life. Forced to use all summoners.
Enemy has been
for that as well.
So SK a bit more control of the bot side of the map. You can see how hard it is for Kazi to really find advantages in the early game. More gold just continues to go into Jeju's back pocket.
Oh man, Kaizen, are you going to try clear this wave out while that's going on? Teleports to the top lane, big trade. Rift Herald is used. Treats will be turning some of this gold over. Jeju, flash available to him, no buster shot The tower's gonna fall. Very, I'm
Let's not forget, the SK, this split have actually not been the worst at getting early game advantages. Where the real weakness comes from is their ability to convert it into a win. From humanoids.
Oh, Genax, very good shot blast in the face to the skies. Hammer comes out, knocks back Armored. Pick the right close, Genax. We're gonna be able to find it just yet. The shot blast, not gonna be enough. Humanoid gets the kill. I believed for the briefest of moments.
So, man, answer back with a kill of their own. Still 1.5k fall down after losing that bot tower. And now SK can actually swap their bot lane up towards the top side of the map. Keep Genax in the bot lane where there is no tower, but crucially, the Callisto down. Wildcard does have a slight level advantage. The gold
Your turret has been destroyed.
Jezu is just going to continue to be the recipient of so many resources. SK in a good position right now. Just maintain the trajectory and not overforce any plays.
Keep your eyes on the man. God, so many of them. Hex flashed over, trying to dance around Vision quite a lot, actually. It's been a pleasure to watch how he's moving around the Rift, trying to avoid as many wards as possible. And while the duo in the top lane is only joined by Trees, multiple members of Mad Lions are converging. Ayoya's being left alone on that dragon for now. It doesn't look like our pressure will play out. So Mad Lions 2 dragons are still down 1,000 gold. It's starting to stack towards that soul rather, starting to stack towards that big team fight.
Comes through, the stun gonna land as well. I think the clone blocked the slow, but the flash.
Yeah, it really did. Tree's not going to be able to find the kill just yet. While that's going on in 2v2 on the top lane, Armor's going to join the fray. Solar Flare comes out, stunned, locked down onto Kazi. He can't find the red. He's able to escape with his life. The CC dialogue has been destroyed. Throwing treats as well as Blue. Goes to the top lane. No flash, no ulti though. Genax is in trouble. Here comes Ayoya. He'll take a good bite out of Genax. He'll jump in the air as well. There's no potential to pop out of the top lane. The tower is under pressure. It's an interesting passage of play.
It is a little weird, I will be honest. And the
The way this game is playing out is not at all how I was expecting it, nor is it with the jungle Mundo. So I'm going to ask you and everyone at home, do you think SK will win this game? Spam and chat, yes or no. I didn't get to do my last. So I'll be able to check it in a little bit of time. SK, $1,000. SK, I'd like to say, more proactive, shall we say? Usually plays move around the map, but it's been a little bit. That's why Mad Lions have got the kills and the crossbow.
I mean, if I'm SK, I am in the wise words of
Has been slain.
He just thought! I didn't understand why everyone was like, we're shilling, because when you say we're shilling, you mean just selling things. That's not like the word.
No,
it means chilling.
It's because of his accent, you know, sometimes he says...
I got those letters, I understood those letters, but I didn't understand that was CH. Thank you. So, SK or shilling?
SK Ashilin, yep. Of course, I don't have a Swedish accent, so I don't do it as cool as he does. But the idea is that SK is comfortable right now. But the fans,
Yep.
oh my word. I'm like, okay guys, so SK have a better scaling comp. Yep. SK have a 1k gold lead. Yep. SK have a really strong front line, and while they're down in trade, they can set up the next, and like everything's going well.
Strong engagement.
So by that logic, you think that they can win, right? Absolutely. It's that Patrick meme. It's literally that Patrick meme with the card and the... Oh man, poor SK.
78% of the votes do not think that SK can. We're 2 minutes away from the next dragon fight. We're
Admittedly.
up, and we're looking to set up. So Vedius, how do you think the fight will play out?
Admittedly, this is the second and one of, if not the best team fighting team in the league. So even if they have a composition that is relying on getting ahead in the early game, they still find ways of coming out ahead in 5v5 fights. And that is ultimately what one line split.
Oh man, look at the stun. CC, the dash is forward. Now all of a sudden Lilith gets pulled back. This will stop the Rift Herald. There is support coming from Gen X in the mid lane. Rift Herald now 2,000 HP. Madline's fancying a shot. Kazi's making his way forward, and even though he's not going to be able to find any more CC, SK brute forced their way onto the second Rift Herald. Fans at home, you were voting no. SK have got another tool in their kit.
To be able to break down this mid tower could be crucial for that. Humanoid continuing his flash against the water, forcing the Senna to use this flash. That's all this was Humanoid was sitting in the brush when he thought was safe. I don't even think that was a decision there. That went for the engage and the follow-up. Blue would have gotten that kill had it not been for the fact that Humanoid passive cross and Blue couldn't actually get to the target. So good stuff there from SK. They get themselves the Herald and they find themselves still happy. Yes.
45 seconds to Dragon. Already Man picked up 2 dragons.
Plants.
Gen X is trying to clear
And
as
that
many of
fucking
these
bomb.
minions as possible. He's got teleport available to him. And there's already a TP into the mid lane here from Blue, while Treats and Lilith are pushing Vision into Madlines. We're setting up for a dragon fight.
Yep, but I think that Mad is so late. to the
Your
play that they're
team
not
has
really
destroyed a
contesting
turret.
because They decided to make the cross map happen. They got themselves their first tower of the game. And as a result of that, SK have stolen away the blue. And I think that actually Helyoya did exactly the same thing on the other side. So pretty much just a straight across the board. SK going to push in one more wave in mid, convert that into another objective, as they also got their overall for SK, and it only really cost them a tower.
I'm going to try this really quickly. So Mad Lions are now chilling, right?
No, they're not.
Because they-
Mad Lions
they-
is stressed.
Okay, they're stressed. Okay.
Because again, their composition is very much about using early leads to then snowball, right? And again, when you kind of look at front-to-back team fights, I think that SK's composition, like best play scenario in your head, right? Humanoid tries to dash in, gets slashed by a Syndra. Kazi tries to get close, gets hit by a Syndra. If not getting hit by one of those, getting hit by flanks. And so like you now start to see how much harder it becomes. On top of that, Tristana, the reason why Tristana outscales Kalista is, well, number one, Kalista really sucks generally against tanks. She can build a lot of Ren stacks, which doesn't apparently do a lot of damage. The opposite is true for Tristana. Tristana, when they get to the range of the game progresses, you get people that affinity, you get people that you're going to be hitting super pretty hard with a little cannon in your hands. So, yeah, that's why.
Your inhibitor has been
The thing
destroyed.
is, well, everything is 100% true. You also have to look at the people piloting said champions and the
sure.
expertise and the experience, you know.
Yeah, I know. We can say it.
The Kazi has not been effective as
It's not a support role. You can just be honest. Quick shot. You can just say it.
Can you
It's
not
true.
throw me under the bus right now?
I mean, you literally said it. Let's also think about the people piloting it, okay? So,
I'm really elegant. I'm going to ask you also a question. Do you think SK can win
I
this?
mean, as an analyst, I think they're in a great position right now, and they are in the winning position.
I want you to keep tracking features. To prevent armor trying to sell, right? Because of course, if Jezu or Blue go down, it get a little bit scarier. This mid outside turret was going to stay in and of course, we are getting now to Baron in a moment. 3 minutes until the next dragon, and Lilith so far leading the way when it does come to initiations. Whereas again, it's now deliver, right? Show that you can actually win some of these mid-game fights where they have faltered. Because like you said, they have actually had a track record of picking up advantages, or at least being competitive for early.
Treats in the first half of the split was actually one of the best early game junglers in the league. It was kind of nuts. But then they could never really convert that into actual wins. They always made huge blunders when it came to the mid-game. They are going to start this Baron. There are 0 wards and 4 members of Mad are in the bot lane. I think Mad is actually making a huge mistake right now.
The hell?
They
Accidentally
must
fucking hit
know,
my
they have to know that something is going on.
To this one, Humanoid stepping all the way forward, chucks out the chain, 3,000 HP, dashes backwards to the clone. Baron is secured. Production not ready for this, but I'm going to need to ask, can SK win this game? I'm going to be asking chat, yes or no. We'll be able to run that in a moment or two. Lilith is going to be able to find the engage, survive long enough for Blue to arrive. Teleport now brings armor to the fray. Dragon's Rage, Sonic Wave, Resonating Strike. Lilith escapes with his life, but for how long? sound the alarms.
Damage, but
The sound of the police as Aljoya is making his way to the bottom lane. As the Stormbringer available to him, and SK escaped. Faithful has used a multi-man stun, prevents further follow-up, and that is exactly what Vedius has been talking about over and over again. The power of Syndra. Flash, hit him with the briefcase treats. Mad Lion's now running away. This is the longest fight of nothing happening I've ever cast. Press 4, and it streets that picks up the kill onto Humanoid. Aljoya gets tagged by the Bone Claw. Flashes over the wall. He's stuck on the briefcase, and it's SK that gets the kill.
That was just a massive, massive, massive mistake. They committed 4 members to the wrong side of the map. They had absolutely no respect of the possibility of SK being able to do that Baron, and so they just gave it away completely for free. And then they tried to find the TP comes through from the Lee Sin. They're trying to find themselves a pick. But then a good flash out from Lilip, and the support from the team then comes to assist them, and they try to walk him out. Tristana takes up on the map, and ultimately SK is like, let's not fight until Tristana comes. 3-man stun.
Oh, so good.
Exactly what the Syndra does in this competition, and then Kazi realizes, not in a good position right now. And then the chase comes down. Window very good at chasing champions. Humanoid, 1 shot. Yeah, so
the Conflict Treats has picked up all of the kills on SK, 4-1 on the Stockton window. SK Gaming, they've got 1,000 gold leads. Spam in chat, will SK win this game? Yes or no? I got a funny feeling that it's gonna happen. And SK,
I mean, again, I said before that they were in a winning position. If you don't believe me now...
it's just when a team is 2-9 versus 7-4 after the performance Mad Lions had last weekend, right?
Yeah.
Shock Blast is coming up. Baron empowered minions. Humanoid's got teleport available. And he's pushing the top lane. Mad Lions are now being pushed further and further back. The enemy turrets are now being pressured. And SK Gaming are in a very, very good position.
I agree.
Would you like to contribute more to this?
No, I think you summed up the story very well. I like that Mad aren't ready for this fight. They know that they're not strong enough to fight right now, especially into that giant stand. So they're just trying to throw it on the other side of the map.
Your
The good news for
inhibitor
Mad
is
is that they
respawning
secured
soon.
2 Drakes early, so they're not really in any danger of a soul point right now. The biggest box for Mad is that they're going to continue to get out scale. Can't go down, especially right now. It actually is very easy, so... Maybe you could kill him with this build.
Maybe myself, especially. It leaves you with doubts. You still have to get over the final hurdle. The Baron is now timed out. 2 dragons at peace. I think there's going to be a few more long 2 fights. As long as Blue and Jezu can land the skill shots and the damage like they did, SK are in a good spot.
Banshee's Veil on Syndra as well. I love that. Anyone playing against LeBlanc would recommend. I think it's a really good item. Banshee's now coming out for Humanoid. Never really what you want to see. Very expensive. I understand why he's doing it, because Syndra E stun is very annoying. But yeah, good at SK. They're playing through the game well. They have good control. They have themselves, they had themselves the man. While the goal gap is big, trust me, it's bigger than it looks.
Yeah, the ceiling, the room for growth, right? The thing I want to quickly highlight again is the standings, because not only is SK poised in a position to push this, right, and let's live in the world where they win the game. 3-9, they also put the Mad Lions at 7 and 5. So not only does it make that 6th place a little bit more believable, but it hurts Mad Lions in terms of season endings and championship points. Now, Genax is going to be flashing over the wall. Jezu finds a goal with the help of Lilith. Solar Flare locks him down. Teleport completes from Blue. Offers the next target. He's stacked by Weak. It's not an ultimate just yet. Just running for his life. Blue as well as Jezu will be able to run him down. Ahmed just hunting for Jezu. Shock Blast connects. Now Ahmed starts to peel away. The rest of the Mad Lions just trying to challenge Vision. Ahmed gets a hammer to the head, but he doesn't find his target for the first time. Secure, then secured by Jezu. suit. He's got the previous one, and that gold is going to, or the impact of the items and the scaling is going to be more prevalent as time goes on.
I'm telling you, there's no way the map win this game. That's just no way. I can't see how they do it. I just can't. Mundo will never die. I think that the disengage, even if like this is a really good example actually. So they try to engage onto Gen X, and obviously he flashes in this situation, but he also has the re-engage method. So five situation convert into one fight. The second things go wrong, everyone immediately has to disengage.
Enemy
So,
triple kill.
yeah, I just can't.
Got me fucking picking these guys off. These guys are fucking shit, dude.
I can't believe it worked out. I apologize, Treats and SK. I put them under the bus, but you guys had a
I mean,
game
in our
plan?
defense, we sat there and said
Just silence
we
them.
weren't
Yeah.
sure. Okay.
Oh, I was way more
I
negative.
mean, well, so
An
obviously
ally has been
at the very
slain.
start of the draft, we were a little skeptical about what Mundo was going to be played, because I thought it was Mundo top. That was my first instinct, right, which is why I was so critical initially. But then we did discuss it, you know, we did explore, maybe it's in the jungle, maybe it's better than we thought, maybe the buffs actually made a big difference, and we then openly said that we didn't know how strong it is, and when you kind of look at the comp they're playing it, admittedly though, this is more Mad Lion's fault, because they picked everything from Mundo, but then it comes back to saying, we're like, okay, you probably don't know the rest of it.
And also, combo that was back that the very first sequence of plays was that bottom lane team fight where Treats got a double kill, right? Where Mad Lions could have potentially focused down Treats' Mundo and did it. Of course, Mundo was able to play through that. Now, I don't want to see the rest of the game. I do talk a little in particular again. I think he has been one of the influential players across the top middle, starting all of the fights here. Now SK, Baron is at 40 seconds from the next round. 2,000 gold. Has been established inside Mad Lion's jungle, so into the darkness. Scout the lead actually didn't catch Kaiser, doesn't look like it really mattered. He waddles away to safety. That was a lot of burst damage, and how difficult it is for that to regain footing in their own jungle.
Yep. Armor is sitting on a ward right now, looking for a little flank position. Lou will lose his... Hang on, good damage.
Oh, my damage. I always use the Stormbringer defensively. Fates caused by his flash from Party to re-engage. Is there enough damage that keeps Rising Trees to remain relatively unscathed? Defensively backing away. SK pick up a kill onto Kaiser. Humanoids jumping in. Sigil not going to find the damage. Baron has been stopped though.
Best team fighting team in the LEC. That is nuts. I don't even know how they found that fight, but like, the wombo combo that they just got off there was ridiculous. The fact that they didn't get more kills is what surprises me, but all the summoners are just gone. Blue flash, Jeju flash, Brother flash, they immediately had to disengage, and that fight should not have gone like that. And I know a lot of you are going to sit there and criticize SK, but that was actually just so insane from Mad, how they were able to pull that off.
SK will win this game.
So just watch Kazi and Kaiser here. These are the two I really want you to pay attention to, and then Armor. So first of all, right, Kaiser's basically going to get stunned up. Kazi pulls him back into a 3-man knockup, and then watch Armor Q into, I think it's a flash kick, and then the LeBlanc comes in and does huge AoE damage. And they just don't quite have enough. Kazi sidesteps all the skill shots as well, and then they get this kill. Like, that was so crazy that they were able to do that.
SK Gaming have been promoted to platinum frequent flyer status with the amount of airtime Mad Lions donated, but ultimately, the composition they had, the lead that they had, taking advantage of the timing. Mad Lions committed to Dragon number 3.
Yeah.
They picked that up, and on the recall, SK punished that timing window by securing Baron for themselves.
Yeah. Well, we got a game. It's one of those things where, like, on paper,
An ally has
this
been
game is in the
slain.
bag for SK. It's really hard for them to lose, because you have to, like, the criticism I would give SK is the fact that Jeju jumped onto melee range, thinking this hard forgot about the fact that he then got knocked up and chain CC'd and then bursted by Humanoid and the rest of Mad Lions is where I think that
An enemy has been slain.
but the fact that Mad really responds to that. So it's still, this game could go either way.
I give you a chance to change your vote, because you're not allowed to say could go either way, because you said there's no way
I think SK
loses.
still win this game.
Right,
I
that's
think
what I
SK
wanted to
still
check. And it's up to SK to execute. They made the mistakes. If line will land onto one. Solar Flare goes forward, so does Lilith. Scatter the weak, holds Carty in place, he's already dead. Jezu will get the respect. The upside of the safety, that's the second kill. Traded back just for Jim. The inhibitor will fall, Teamwork running for his life. He's already flashed a safety, and Treats is just waddling into the base. He manages to take down Kimo, and this could be the final push. 50-second death time as they're on the Nexus. Titans, they're gonna do it.
SK are looking to upset the apple cart. They will take down the LEC champions and make their way to stand a chance at playoffs.
Naysayers be damned! SK take down the Mad Lions. It was a weird and wonderful game, but it doesn't matter because it's a win for SK. Let it be known that all 3 SK Gaming wins were with Quickshot at the helm. While we thought a couple maybe a bit left arm, it is in fact me.
Hey, somehow you've made this about you when SK, well, it's still really hard.
So difficult.
Remember
Your
that
inhibitor is
generally
respawning
9
soon.
wins is the number that you need in order to make the playoffs. That's not always the case. That is not a dead set rule. It is generally what happens.
3 and 9.
They need to win basically the rest of their games. 9-9 is the goal. Props, the first big window was Big Brain. The fact that they placed the jungle, the fact that Mad then picks LeBlanc, Callista into it.
Yeah.
Well, I have learned something very valuable today. You need a hyper carry when dealing with Mundo. I didn't think a Mundo could 1v9. Turns out Mundo can 1v9.
It can indeed. Key player of the game votes at LEC on Twitter. Treats, Blue, and Lilith. Mad Lions are now 7 and 5 on the standings. GT Sports 6 and 5. You have Schalke and SK at 3 and 9 apiece. Like, this bottom of the table is going to be very, very crazy as we continue to play out games for the rest of summer. And if you want to have a shot at high seeding for championship points looking at playoffs, you cannot afford to drop games like this. This could be very influential in 2 weeks' time.
Just Mad play tomorrow.
We'll find out for you right now. Mad Lions play Vitality tomorrow. Then next week,
Okay, so
Astralis and Root.
the reason why I bring that up is because Mad always go 1-1, so sorry, Vitality. Unlucky.
Also, if they lose to Vitality, all of a sudden Mad Lions are one step closer to that battle for 6th.
Potentially.
Right? Because Vitality is in the race there.
Don't say it, quick shot.
Okay, I'll have you know, the scriptwriter made me say this. Is this the start of the miracle run for more? Let's send it over to Law with Treats, who I apologize. Mundo was awesome. I kind of flamed
Mundo
it.
OP.
Well played.
Thanks, Quickshot, and thanks for the apology. We'll touch on the Mondo pick a bit later, but to follow up on what Quickshot was saying, is it the miracle run for SK now? Do you feel like things are changing?
I mean, that's definitely what we're hoping for, right? We had a slow start, but I think we're getting some momentum now, and the stage is helping us, so we're definitely aiming for the miracle run.
So tell me about the stage experience, because you also have young players who never played on
enemy
stage like
has
this.
been
How are you
slain.
helping them? Can you feel like yeah, how you can help them?
Yeah, I mean, I think in general, especially for Lilith, I think everyone is excited to play on stage, and it feels really natural. We're thinking too much like, oh, we're rookies, so we can't play on stage. We're just having fun on
An
stage in
enemy
general.
has been
You were telling me
slain.
before the interview that this game was fun. What made it fun specifically?
I mean, I was playing Mundo and I got 30 kills and I was unkillable, so it was kind of fun from that perspective. And other than that, I think we just had a good comp scaling, and it felt great to play. Yeah.
Yeah, the casters were mentioning the fact that you had a good scaling here in this composition.
Enemy
So were
killing
you worried
spree.
at some point?
We gave them like maybe 1 too many dragons, and we kind of had them in the back of our lines, but not as bad. We just had to make sure we get some barons and get some towers, and we did. So yeah.
Right, well, talk me through the Mundo pick now, because Mac was telling me that it's something that he's seen in Scrim, especially. Why the pick, why the champion, and why is it so good?
I mean, first of all, it's a flex, right? Top jungle, so I think it has a lot of power there. And in general, it's just a really annoying champ to play against because of the CC block. So if they don't have a lot of CC, I can just run around and do my thing, like this game, for example. So it's just overall strong and a flex pick, so it makes it easy.
Now, last question for you. You won against Mad, a top team, the spring champions, actually. Does it do anything special to you to realize you're able to beat us?
No, I think Mad just play worse against us. We always win against them almost, so yeah.
It's a comfort win here.
Yeah.
First game. Well, Treats, thank you for the interview. Congrats on taking them down today.
Thank you.
And good luck tomorrow. And we're going to take a last one break, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes. Astralis versus Fnatic, playing the 4th game.
Morgan is staying up, and I'm happy to be on the front line point.
I think we have a flanking that like Morgan. So if we get the if we get like every flank and also good pass, I think it's
Your inhibitor has been destroyed. Your inhibitor has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed. Your turret has been destroyed.
It's so awesome though.
Defeat.
Fuck, man. And I had the right pick. It's hard to carry when they were fucking hourglassing me. Like twice in a row I caught them. Twice in a row they got hourglass. Like, like. This shit wants to be fucking login. They always have. Stupid ass verification forever. I didn't even know why I logged my chat either. Oh, heck. It's fucking. I know, bear a miserable life. It happens. Yeah, man, another game. If we had a Nasus that knew what the fuck they were doing, it would be a different story. But we had a Nasus that had no fucking clue what they're doing. He can do one-on-one, but that's about it. In team fights, he was absolutely useless. Damn, they do that shit.
The joke's on you!
Alright, see, that's my setter. That's fucking awesome. I don't think I took it. That's right. I didn't take that. Fine. Mesmo like. Mesmo like. It's a miserable life you live, Puppers.
VTO, here comes Vander! Magic Felix still doing it! The Solar Flame gets the stun! Magic Felix takes the win!
What an ending to Misfits versus Astralis. I am actually going to take a little bit of time to break down some of the decisions that went into that. Just before I do, though, the player of the game from our previous matchup was Treats with 64% of the vote. I humbly bow to your superior Mundo jungle, but also think Mad Lions disrespected the damage a little bit in the bottom lane. Very quickly, before I jump into the play, I want to take a look at the standings for a brief moment and highlight the fact that with the fact Mad Lions just lost, as well as Excel, when you look at the race for playoffs, Astralis, Vitality, Excel, Schalke, and SK with 2 wins separating them. It's going to be a very tight race for that 6th and final playoff spot. That's if you assume that all 5 of our top of the table teams already secure them. We'll keep you updated with the changes to playoffs as they happen. Now, the ending to Misfits and Astralis was incredible. I wanted to break down some of the factors that led to that Magi Felix backdoor play that you saw just a moment ago. In preparation for this, Vedius schooled me, talked to me a lot of the decision making, some of the thoughts that went into it, and I get the honor of presenting it. We're 42 minutes into the game. And the first thing that I'd like to highlight, as soon as I can get my throwing tools activated, is that Misfits and Astralis are dead even. 42 minutes in, 77,000 gold, and leading up to this push, Misfits had won a team fight inside the river. Astralis, however, were able to pick up the soul. So as they continue to push through, Misfits commit for the fight. I'm going to pause very briefly right here, as my pause button is not working. If I could get some support from production, there we go. Oh no! This is why I don't do these things. All right, we'll pause that very briefly, and we'll back up just a little. As Misfits were trying to end the game, Astralis decided to push for the win. We'll actually try this pause properly this time around. And keep your eyes on Vander and Copy. They're going to blow everything, right? All they engage around this inhibits the turret, while Astralis will then decide to commit for the fight. As Vander and Copy blow all of their abilities, VTO, Hirit, and Razork are chunked down and they're forced away from the fight. These are the abilities that I was talking about just a moment ago. With no Solar Flare, with Misfits splits up, Jessica decided to push in for the fight. Now keep your eyes, as all of a sudden Cobby is shut down, and with half the damage removed, Astralis now start to focus out. Vander can do absolutely nothing, no abilities anyway. Razork out of position, and we will see both Hirit and VTO putting damage back, and Jessica crucially gets insta-gib. As we look at the timer here for Magi Felix, you'll see that the observers are going to start zooming out, and at this exact point in time, Astralis have 2 options available to them. Magi Felix can either join the team fight and see how much he can help to figure out what will happen in those 3 seconds though. Will the rest of his team get destroyed? Or can he go for the backdoor play? Now again, I want you to keep your eyes on how Hirit with the stolen Tristana is going to start dealing damage, and very importantly, Promiscue immediately starts to push onto Vander. As I roll the clip out, you'll notice that the teleport is channeled, the comms and the communication are 100% clear from Astralis. Go for the backdoor, interrupt the recalls, and stop them at all costs. As I pause the play here, White Knight will start instantly beelining for the rest of the Misfit members. Now, if you were watching Rewind and you heard the calls, they were communicating it, they were talking about it. As this plays out now, we'll turn our attention over to Magi Felix. And Magi Felix starts to hammer down the Nexus turret. And this is where an interesting question is posed. Could Misfits have won the game if they just pushed mid? If they left Magi Felix alone to apply pressure on the Nexus, could Misfits have won? We'll never know that answer because the call was to return, to try to stop Magi Felix, to prevent him. Now, crucially, as this plays out in slow motion, Magi Felix will dodge 2 skill shots there from VTO, preventing all the damage. And notice, just as he gets chunked down by the 5-point shuriken, how much damage Magi Felix takes. Had he not avoided those abilities, he may have been taken out. Vander was unable to stop him, and ultimately, once you see Misfits pushing onto the Nexus, it ends up being a Magi Felix win. Take a brief second to celebrate Magi Felix. He was called Magi Faker just moments before Magic Peke, if you are old enough player. Fantastic stats, fantastic performance. It keeps Astralis' hopes alive. A little bit of a shaky start to that segment, but hopefully we close that out well, and we'll see if Astralis can continue their successes as they take on Fnatic after the break. That pause button didn't work for me. It really didn't. No, it's all on me.
Let's get a W on this one. What do you think, Peril? You need a W? You need a W. Alright. Wait, where did he go? Oh, we have all the AD. That's fucking awesome. Rookies, bro. Wrong's first pick.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. "30 seconds until minions spawn."
Well, I'm in street damage, so whatever. They could definitely take over.
Minions have spawned.
Maybe starting top. I have no idea why I stopped attacking there, like, Brooks on me. I'm like, why are we on it? But, fine. It is what it is, boy. It is what it is.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
I love it. Jace is one of the weakest early champs in the game. And OP later, but champs in the game.
An enemy has been slain.
She would one-shot me too. Damn, dude!
An enemy has been
That's a
slain.
level difference. On 4, there's 6.
Enemy rampage. has been slain. Enemy killing spree. Your team has destroyed a turret. Turret plating will soon fall. Your turret has been destroyed. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. Double kill.
I was like, oh, balls.
Enemy double kill. An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. You have slain an enemy.
Same shit, dude. Same way I died last time. Well, kinda. She killed me and then he fucking also.
An enemy has been slain. enemy has been slain.
Potato. The fuck up that, why the fuck up that?
Destroyed a turret. Your turret has been destroyed. Your team has destroyed a turret. Rampage.
People are not paying attention, bro. should have been able to hit.
Dominating. Killing spree.
Right.
Your team has destroyed a turret. Your team has destroyed a turret. Your team has destroyed a turret. Rampage. Victory!
Alright. Nap time. I'm gonna head out today. I got stuff to do. I gotta do little errands, but then I'll be back.